Identify the main features. It's critical that you decide what to write in each paragraph before you start writing. This step will help you easily understand what to write in an overview and the body paragraphs. Regarding line graphs, first draw a line between the starting point and end point. Are they generally upward, downward, or even trends? CO2 emissions went down in the UK and in Sweden, whereas they went up in Italy and in Portugal. Average emissions in the UK were the highest in the given period. Let's answer the next question. Are there any peaks or lows? It peaked in Sweden in 1977. Is there any difference from the general trend? Although it was generally a downward trend, CO2 emissions peaked in Sweden in 1977. The next step is grouping the data. In the first paragraph, you can write about downward trends. In the second paragraph, write about upward trends. Note: a line graph shows how things change over time. You will probably need vocabulary related to movement, to increase, drop, reach a plateau. Bar graph. First, identify the highest and lowest points and mark them. Regarding the highest points, Americans mainly ate in fast food restaurants once a week and once or twice a month. The smallest percentage of people ate in such places every day, or they never had meals there. Second, find some interesting trends. Find the main similarities and differences. Once a week and once or twice a month, several times a week and a few times a year. Every day and never have similar proportions. In terms of differences, Americans ate junk food at restaurants once or twice a month, approximately twice as often as those who did it a few times a year. Next one. Can we make comparisons? We could make more general comparisons and compare within 6 categories. For example, the percentage of American citizens who ate at such restaurants every day and once a week. We could also compare the data within one category. For instance, the proportion of people who had meals in fast food restaurants once or twice a month in 2003, 2006, and 2013. Note: bar charts may or may not show a change over time, as the given graph presents 3 points in time, 2003, 2006, and 2013. A change over time can be clearly seen. Let's move on to the table. First, identify the largest and smallest numbers and mark them. Food, drinks and tobacco had the highest consumption, while leisure and education had the lowest spending. Can we make comparisons? Here we can make comparisons between countries. Let's say how much Italy and Turkey spent on food, drinks and tobacco. We can also compare the data within one country. For example, how much Sweden spent on each given category. Don't forget to find some interesting trends. Find the main similarities and differences. The spending on leisure and education was almost the same in Italy and Sweden. There was a huge discrepancy between the expenditure on food, drinks, tobacco and leisure and education. For example, Ireland spent nearly 10 times as much on food, drinks and tobacco as it spent on leisure and education, at 28.91% and 2.21% respectively. Next, group the data. In the first paragraph, you can write about the highest consumption, food, drinks and tobacco. And in the second paragraph, you can write about clothing, footwear and leisure and education. Note, tables usually present data for one specific time period. It doesn't show a change over time. You will probably need to use these verbs to comprise, to account for, to make up.